Okay, why don't we embark on part 2 and phase 1 of our enthralling journey through the life of Martin Luther. Picture this, a young lad bidding farewell to the familiar embrace of his humble hometown, leaving behind the comforting presence of his doting parents. Little did he know that this departure would mark the beginning of a transformative chapter in his life, one that would shape his intellectual prowess and pave the way for revolutionary ideas. As Martin Luther ventures beyond the borders of Eisleben, we find him entering the hallowed halls of the University of Erfurt, a breeding ground for scholarly minds and fiery debates. Imagine the bustling energy of students scurrying from one lecture to another, fervently discussing the ideas that permeate the air. It is within this vibrant academic environment that our young protagonist finds himself. With a dash of youthful idealism and a thirst for knowledge, Martin immerses himself in a world of rigorous scholarship. Lectures become his daily bread, and dusty libraries his sanctuary. Surrounded by a tapestry of diverse minds, he finds himself engaged in lively debates, challenging conventional wisdom and pushing the boundaries of intellectual discourse. The University of Erfurt becomes a melting pot of ideas, a crucible where Martin Luther's intellectual prowess begins to bloom. He encounters brilliant professors who recognize his exceptional talents, nurturing his thirst for knowledge and inspiring him to delve deeper into the mysteries of philosophy, theology, and law. The rigid academic structure becomes a fertile ground for his inquisitive mind as he absorbs the wisdom of ancient texts and engages in spirited conversations with fellow students. Yet, as with any transformative journey, Martin faces his fair share of trials. The sudden loss of his closest friend casts a dark shadow over his path, leaving him grappling with the fragility of life and the weight of mortality. The bond they shared was forged through countless hours of deep conversation, shared laughter, and the kind of kinship that only true friends can understand. The loss leaves Martin heartbroken and yearning for answers. In his sorrow, Martin seeks solace in the pages of ancient texts. He immerses himself in the works of great philosophers and theologians, seeking solace and answers to life's existential questions. The writings of Augustine, Aristotle, and the Holy Scriptures become his refuge, providing him with the wisdom and insights he craves. Through these texts, he finds a sense of connection to the eternal truths that transcend the fleeting nature of human existence. Within the embrace of these ancient pages, Martin experiences moments of profound illumination. The joy of his breakthroughs becomes palpable as he connects the dots, challenging conventional interpretations and uncovering new perspectives. The flickering light of understanding illuminates his path, propelling him forward on his quest for truth and enlightenment. As part 2 draws to a close, we witness the emergence of a young Martin Luther, intellectually fortified and armed with the courage to challenge the status quo. The University of Erfurt has become the forge in which his mind is tempered, honing his intellectual prowess and sharpening his capacity for critical thinking. Through the loss of his best friend and the solace he finds in ancient texts, Martin's journey takes a transformative turn. Imagine a world dominated by the power and opulence of the Catholic Church, where indulgences flow like the rivers of Babylon, and faith is intertwined with political influence. It is within this backdrop that we find Martin Luther, a man grappling with the contradictions that pervade the very fabric of his society. As Luther's intellectual prowess grows, so does his skepticism. The practices of the Church, particularly the sale of indulgences, become an ever-increasing thorn in his side. Picture him, dear viewers, standing amidst the bustling marketplaces, witnessing the faithful parting with their hard-earned coins in exchange for a piece of parchment guaranteeing salvation. Oh, the irony. The cosmic joke that salvation can be bought and sold like mere trinkets. The storm within Luther intensifies as he becomes increasingly convinced of the corruption and moral decay within the Church. His conscience becomes a battleground where the clash between his deep-rooted faith and his growing disillusionment unfolds. The winds of change begin to howl, and Luther finds himself caught in their powerful embrace. In a defiant act that reverberates through the annals of history, Luther pens his 95 Theses, a scathing critique of the Church's practices. Picture him, dear viewers, hammering these theses to the door of the Wittenberg Castle Church, his words echoing through the hallowed halls like a resounding thunderclap. The battle lines are drawn, and Luther becomes a lightning rod for dissent and controversy. The response from the Church is swift and merciless. The thunderous rumble of condemnation fills the air, as Luther is called to account for his audacity. But he stands firm, refusing to be silenced by the powers that be. The storm within him grows into a tempest, fueled by the injustices he witnessed and the unwavering conviction in his heart. Luther's ideas find fertile ground among the masses, sparking a wildfire of religious fervor and intellectual awakening. The common people, burdened by the weight of spiritual uncertainty and societal inequality, latch on to Luther's message of salvation through faith alone. The storm he unleashed becomes a rallying cry for reform, echoing through the hearts and minds of countless individuals. As Part 3 draws to a close, we witness Martin Luther standing at the eye of the storm he helped create. His words have ignited a revolution, challenging the foundations of an age-old institution and setting in motion a sequence of events that will reshape the world. Join us in the next act as we witness Luther's continued defiance, his encounters with powerful adversaries, and the profound impact his ideas have on the course of history. The storm rages on, and Luther remains at its epicenter, a beacon of hope and a catalyst for change. Be sure to click the subscribe button and turn on the notification for when next I drop a video.